Yo, it's your boy Jen on today's video of Kaiju number 8, episode 4. And this one's called Fortitude 9.8. And I gotta say, overall, this episode was probably one of my favorite ones here, where there's so much to happen. A lot of good stuff. I feel like it was one of their better episodes. There were some good fun moments, good action, good fun scenes. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into the episode, guys. And yeah, in the last episode we have Kafka here, and he kind of broke his leg here, and they were telling him to throw in the towel, right? And he gave like a speech to that he won't not give up. Kind of like reminds me a lot of like all those other Shonen Jump characters, where they never give up. You know, Goku, Naruto, Luffy, all those characters. So he's kind of like that. Nothing really special about that. Luckily, he has his friend Reno there, where they help each other, and they don't need to help each other, but I mean, they've been there for like a long time now. So he has his leg broken, so he has to like carry him. He has to be the legs for the team, and he has like a lot of knowledge of these kaiju, so he has to be like the brains and figure out like a strategy. And we have like the examiner here just laughing his ass off because he thinks that they're just stupid. The way they were running was dumb, and he was just laughing, not really taking it serious. But they didn't really like that part, probably because whenever you're like in a battlefield, anything could happen to you, where you could break your leg or you could like lose an arm. And I do like that Kafka did break his leg, and they had to find like a strategy to survive, basically. And yeah, the examiner was having a blast, taking this like a joke. Yeah, and then we have Kikuru here, and she's kind of like a solo artist, you could say, where she is really good and she doesn't need nobody's help, where she is like eliminating all of these kaijus very easily, one by one. Seems like she's like 2 steps ahead of everybody in this whole like training program. And yes, it's kind of like already over. She literally defeated all the kaijus in like an instant. The whole program was done. It looks like there's like minor injuries, and it looks like this is the first time no one has died, so that's what this said. And it looks like everything was going to go all good here. And yeah, we also learned a lot about Kikuru and her life, and like why she's so good at like becoming, like why she's so ahead of everybody. And we kind of learned like how her life was. But before that, there was another kaiju that came out of nowhere. We don't know where it was hiding exactly, like maybe the kaiju's stomach. But yeah, this kaiju was very different from other ones. It was way more powerful, and it caught Kikuru off guard, and it kind of almost killed her, where he shot her in her heart. Luckily, she used her power just enough to stop like it from like killing her. And yeah, this kaiju is different because it could talk. All the other kaijus, they were just like beasts, but this one could talk. And if you don't know from the manga, this is kaiju number 9, and we're gonna learn a lot about him. But he does something very crazy here, and that's he resurrects all the kaijus that they just killed and become like very more powerful. And Kikuru, she was like trying to fight her best to stop this. Now they told her to evacuate because this is something they never seen, and this is like very dangerous. And before her life was like before her life was about to flash before her eyes, we get like a flashback of her life when she was young. She was like a top student for her class, but we could clearly see she has some daddy issues here, where it looks like he was barely in her life, and he will always make her become like the best person there, or just to become the best at everything, basically. And yeah, it looks like she was kind of like raised that she was like a rich person too, so she had like her own butler. Kind of reminds me of, yeah, she had like her own butler, and she pretended to hide it all with like a smile. And yeah, it looks like the dad could have been like a Kaiju defensive force guy as well, maybe one of the top ones. And maybe he wanted to have like a son, maybe that's why he's so hard on her. And yeah, it looks like he wants her to become he wants her to become like the protege that maybe he wasn't, or something like that. And we also find out that something happened to their mother, which we don't really know what. So I don't remember if they talk about it in the manga. And yeah, we go back to the present, and this is where the Kaiju was going to use like a very powerful like blast, like a Godzilla blast in her, and she looked like she was about to give up. But this is where Kafka comes in and like saves the day, basically, and uses his Kaiju power. And this is what everyone was waiting for, like him using his powers. It took him long enough, but it was worth it. He looks really nice. Yeah, it got kind of goofy here with the Kafka, because this is where he reveals his Kaiju powers. And Kikuru, she was very confused. She was very injured. She has no idea what's going on. Back in like the headquarters, the scientist here was saying that the Fortitude was like 9.8, which would mean that this was like the most powerful Kaiju that has ever been recorded, according to them. Which I don't know what Fortitude means. I was thinking of like earthquakes, but no, I don't know what it really is. But 9.8 is very powerful, and that's Kafka they're talking about. So it seems like Kafka is like the most powerful Kaiju, and he destroys the Kaiju with like one punch, kind of like One Punch Man is what it reminds me of. And yeah, looks like this day is saved. Kikuru kind of passes out, and Kafka leaves, and the captain and the examiner, they come in, but by the time they come in, all the Kaijus were already dead. So they kind of don't know what exactly happened. The examiner says that these are the Kaiju that die here, kind of died 3 months ago, exactly the same way. So maybe he's connecting the dots already of something suspicious going on here. They don't really know what. And yeah, they wake up in the hospital. Kafka with the broken leg. I don't know how long. I'm pretty sure that's gonna take months of recovery if he really broke his leg. And then this is where the captain comes in, and she was just trying to show gratitude of like saving Kikuru's life, because Brandon was picked her up through the whole time. Kafka didn't really say nothing to her. He wants to wait before he becomes like an officer. And then and then in the ending they show a glimpse of Kaiju number 9. It looks like he was like using like a phone here, listening to the news. Kind of shocked that nobody was dead here, and looks like his plan has failed. And it looked like he turned into like a human here. So yeah, this Kaiju, I don't know what he is, but the fact that he could turn into like a normal human and hide in plain sight is kind of scary. And he's also looks like he's working with like the cleaning force here, the same guys that Kafka used to work for. So why did he pick this job? Really don't know. But yeah, he's just hiding there, and he's gonna be like the main focus on forward, I'm guessing. But yeah, guys, really good episode here, really good stuff. Really love everything about it. Can't really complain about this episode. Maybe some goofy moments again with Kafka here. Kind of wish there wasn't that many. Maybe there's just 2 or 3 here, where it kind of like I kind of roll my eyes a bit. But other than that, guys, this was a really great, fun episode, and let me know your thoughts on it, guys. And be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one.